What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I wasn't really prepared to do a video today or even post a video for a couple days. I wanted to gain traction on my first video, but when I was at work, there was a trade in the NHL, and it was with one of the players I was saying was going to be traded by the trade deadline. Islanders acquired Bo Horvat from Vancouver for a prospect at Ready, Anthony Beauvillier, a top 12 protected 2023 first round draft pick. And to me, short term, Islanders get the good play, get the better of this package. Long term, Vancouver won. Major question I have about this trade, at least on the Islanders end, can they re-sign Bo Horvat? Because making this trade, now you are committed to keep him, right? But at the moment, they don't have the cap space to keep him with who they have on the roster. Yes, they shedded some salary from Beauvillier, $4.15 million for next year, but they have a very weak cap space left. Looking at their roster for going into next season, they're gonna have to make a trade if they want to keep Bo Horvat. And one of the biggest trade pieces is probably either going to be JP Pageau or Josh Bailey, or they might even trade their captain Anders Lee. All three of them have very high cap hit. And if you are committed to go with Bo, who is younger than all three of them, one of those guys, at least one, has to go if Islanders want to keep him. If not, you are committed to go for the cup this year. Because I have a feeling that protected first round pick, if they don't make the playoffs this year, and that pick is a top 12, then that pick becomes a pick in next year's draft. And if you can't re-sign Bo, you are giving away a great prospect in Aatu Räty and your first-round pick this year for a potential run with Bo Horvat to the playoffs. They got to at least make the playoffs this year, and they got to re-sign him. Otherwise, they are not going to look good. Now, with Vancouver, it is... I can't speak right now. I'm sorry. So, with Vancouver, it's time to sell. 100%. This signals house sale. Every team should be calling them to acquire about every player on that team that's not Elias Pettersson. To me, he's the only one they should keep. Everyone else they should be taking phone calls on. Demko should be traded. Quinn Hughes is questionable, but if there's a package where a team's like, we'll give you a top prospect, a first-round pick, and a roster player for him, I don't see why Vancouver doesn't say yes. I think they should really trade Quinn Hughes. With Quinn Hughes being traded, I think a great destination for Quinn Hughes and Demko would be a package to the New Jersey Devils. Call me crazy, but I think the Devils would be a perfect place for Thatcher Demko and a great place for Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes and Jack Hughes could play on the same team. The Devils would now get a better goalie than what they have right now. 100% Demko is better than Vitek Vanacek and Mackenzie Blackwood. Of course, they're going to have to give up a decent amount. And I would say they give up at least their first-round pick this year, possibly a first-round pick next year. Prospect Alex Holtz, goalie prospect Nico Dawes or Kira Schmidt, whoever they feel like they would get better value with, and either Mackenzie Blackwood as well or Vitek Vanacek. Vancouver would at least need one roster goalie to replace Demko, and they would want a prospect goalie, and Nico Dawes would be the better option of the two. The reason I'm saying this would make the most sense, if you are getting Demko, you're going to have to get rid of one of your goalie prospects. So now that you got Demko, you're not going to need a Dawes or a Schmidt. They're just going to be that third goalie for who knows how long. And they're playing down in Utica. They're both playing really great. So with Vancouver, if you go with this trade or this fire sale, Demko should be traded in this. They are not ready in next year or the year after. And he's only got a couple years left on his contract. Like I said, yes, I think it's 4 years right now, so next season will be 3. Do they see themselves competing in 2-3 years from now? And I don't. They need a massive rebuild. Not a retool, a complete rebuild. So with this trade that happened today, I expect to hear more trades coming from Vancouver within the next couple weeks, because this trade happened a month before the trade deadline. So to me, that's a sign Vancouver is going all in on tanking to get that number 1 overall pick. Other than that, let's wait and see what happens for the next month for trades. I feel like I'm going to be hopping on here real soon to do another trade update. But until then, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I look to posting another video soon.